This is Tom Beeler I'm from the government, and I'm here to help on allwny.com radio with Ronnie Lapine.
Put it all wrong.
Say it again, because he's saying it.
I'm from the government. I'm here to help. I am Tom Beeler. I am Ron Lapine. You are listening to allwiradio.com. I missed the Y.
allwnyradio.com.
There we go. Now we'll do it.
Should we stop it?
Shoot down, all the ships down, radio, all your friends, the war is on again. Shoot down, Shoot the lights out. Maybe they won't see us now. Undercover darkness run. They won't find us again. Shoot out. Melting glaciers with your name. Scattering through the time I say. Put on, step down again. Pick it back up just a minute. Put on, step down again. Pick it back up. You'll never win. You'll never win.
I'm Scotty from Whiskey Reverb, and you're listening to allwestnewyorkradio.com.
Yes, good morning. Get your blood pumping. Let's get it moving here, folks. We've got to get ready for the day. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, as Mr. Computer Voice there said, It's Noah in the morning. I'm Noah. It's the morning. It's roughly 10 a.m. here. Oh, yeah, at allwesternnewyorkradio.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. A fantastic and lovely palatial day here in Western New York. You can give us a call anytime during the show today at 716-402-4218. I apologize for my nasally voice today. Still getting over a cold. Still trying to shake it. It's that time of year, you know. The temperature ranges here in Western New York from snowing to tropical from day to day. And I'll get sick every time it happens. So I think I'm actually sick with 3 different sicknesses right now. It's okay. Don't worry for me, folks. I'm very strong. I'll survive. We've got some Psychedelic Dragons going on in the background. First of all, a huge thank you to Psychedelic Dragons who were on the Noah's Ark show last night in studio. We had a great show, but I'm still a little hazy. I'm not quite sure what happened. All I remember is Dragon Rooms and mainly Andre Johnson cutting his dick off. So that's where we have to begin today. I don't know what else we could possibly talk about this morning except for a man cutting his own dick off. On the Noah's Ark show, we celebrate these kind of events in the Scott Stapp infection. We award the celebrated Scott Stapp Championship to the person who does the most disgusting and heinous thing throughout the year. Andre Johnson, a clear front-runner now. If you hadn't heard, Andre Johnson, member of North Star, a Long Beach, California hip-hop group, once affiliated with the Wu-Tang Clan family kind of association, who performs under the name Christ Bearer. Well, folks, this is all Western New York radio. There's really no reason to be delicate about it. The man cut his own dick off, and he jumped from a Los Angeles apartment building early Wednesday morning. The wounds of the stigmata have changed. In the modern culture, no longer hands and feet, no longer spike, no longer crown of thorns. Yes, Christ bearer no longer is a penis bearer because he cut it off. He was seriously injured, obviously, but survived the fall. It was from the second story of a building in North Hollywood. And Johnson, along with his recovered penis, was taken to Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where he's being treated. More details not available yet. I'm sure more will come out of this, but again, I'm still baffled, still in a state of shock that the man cut his own dick off. That should wake you up, folks. Better than a cup of coffee. Think about the sensation. Fantastic work. I don't know what's wrong with Andre. Something serious. I honestly feel very bad for him because this is just horrible. But hats off to him. Cocks off to him. Andre Johnson, still living, now dickless, now a eunuch. That could be his new name, the eunuch, Christ eunuch. I'm just throwing this out there. Christ eunuch. If you're listening, Andre Johnson, which of course you are from your hospital room, Christ eunuch. I think that's where you go from here. It's Noah in the morning. Psychedelic Dragons in the background there. Why would a man cut his own dick off? This is the kind of thought that burrows into your brain like a worm in the Middle Ages, and it lives in there for a while, hollowing out part of your brain cavity, so you can think of nothing else except Christ bearer cutting his own dick off. I don't get it. I'd like to know if any of you out there have tried to cut your own dick off. Give me a call, 716-402-4218. We've got a lot to get to today on the show. Lots of great music. We're going to hear some local tunes from Dirty Smile, new stuff from Host Echo. We're going to get ready for Dyngus Day. Listen to some of those idiots a little bit later on. Tommy Loop's going to join the show about 10:40 today. We'll talk about sports. Maybe we'll get into this Chris Chris Johnson story about him going to the New York Jets. I don't know what it is about the Jets, but they always seem to sign these retread running backs. And you think their career is over. You think they've got nothing left in the tank. The Jets sign them, and 2 games a year when they play the Bills, the guys look like they did in their prime. So Chris Johnson may well reach 2,000 yards again this year because at least 800 of them will come against the Buffalo Bills. That's my prediction right now. We'll get Tommy Loop's thoughts on that. We're also going to talk about Poveglia in the news today. What is Poveglia? The most haunted island on the planet, now up for sale. We're going to talk about the new show Fargo, takeoff on the Coen Brothers classic movie, and the Hillsborough disaster. Now, 25 years ago, the Hillsborough disaster took place in Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, England. So much to get into there. Of course, we'll get into the police blotter a little bit later on. Find out who's been growing some weed in the area, which apparently quite a few people. Who's purchased an ill-advised taser gun and all those kinds of fun things. As I said, Psychedelic Dragons here in the background. They were on the Noah's Ark show last night. And bands, I would encourage you, if you've got a new CD, if you're trying to promote a show, get in touch with All Western New York Radio. If you go to allwesternnewyorkradio.com, you can actually submit your music there, get it into our rotation, get it played on the show, and hopefully we can bring you on to one of our shows and talk to you for a while about it too. That's what we did with Psychedelic Dragons last night. It was epic. I don't remember most of it. All I know is that I woke up today with a fuzzy head and thoughts of Andre Johnson cutting his own dick off. I can't get rid of that worm in my brain. In any event, before we go too much further, I've got new music here from Dirty Smile. Dirty Smile, a great local rock band. They've actually recently won the regional round of the Hard Rock Rising competition. I was there. It was a great show, and Dirty Smile well deserving of winning that round. They absolutely killed it, played a great set. We're going to hear their song Siren right now, and I'll tell you, when they played that set at the Hard Rock, this is the tune that really brought the house down. Everybody loved it. Great song. Siren, Dirty Smile. It's Noah in the Morning. Check it out.
I'm cruising 60 and I don't think twice. Bang, bang, goes the street in time with the wheels. Big city lights as fun as sin. Just to the hilt, the only thing missing is a win. Bring the game on, bring it on. It's getting hotter, almost out as I got on my own. Step to the door, we're ready to score. Use our engines, let's go do what we came here, do what we came here for. She's a siren, I admire there's no stopping her now. And when she grabs a hold, it's so, baby, baby, hold on, baby. She's a siren, I admire there's no stopping her now. And when she grabs a hold, it's so, baby, baby. Tables crash with the sound of wind. Arcades flash with the sound of ding, ding, ding. One in love like it's last on earth. Grab his belt, rip the buttons off his shirt. Let the drink ordered up at the bar. At the club till we don't know where we are. Don't know where we are. She's a siren, I admire there's no stopping her now. When she grabs the hold, it's so, baby, baby, hold on, baby. She's a siren, I admire there's no stopping her now. When she grabs the hold, it's so, baby, baby, hold on, baby. It's getting hotter. She's a siren, I admire this girl. Stopping her now. And when she grabs a hold, it's so baby, baby, hold on, baby. She's a siren, I admire this girl. Stopping her now. And when she grabs a hold, it's so baby, baby, hold on, baby.
We are Mackay. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jeff.
And you're listening to allwnyradio.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Noah in the morning. That was, of course, Dirty Smile with the song Siren. Dirty Smile, just a great local band. And now they're in the Hard Rock Calling Global Battle of the Bands. They are the regional winner for Western New York. So go to facebook.com/Dirty Smile Band. See what you can do to support them as they ramp up for the big event. You can also find out more at dirtysmileband.com. Great stuff from those guys. You can hear stuff like Siren from Dirty Smile and lots of other great local music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the All Western New York Radio Broadcast Network. We are streaming live all the time. If you go to allwesternnewyorkradio.com, you can download the Destiny Media Player and listen to the stream. It's a nice free download. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't eat anything in your computer or give you any dirty, dirty viruses. Noah's honor on that one. So check it out. It's Noah in the morning. You can give me a call here anytime, 716-402-4218. If you've ever had a grand ambition of buying an island in Italy, right? Nice palatial Mediterranean beach where you could sit, eat olives, enjoy some fantastic pasta, enjoy the wonderful Mediterranean climate. Doesn't that sound fantastic? Well, now's your chance. You may be able to buy an island in Italy on the cheap. That's right. We are talking Poveglia. What is Poveglia, you say? Well, I'll tell you. It's an island just off of Venice. Fantastic. Not 10 minutes by boat from Venice. It has fantastic waterfront. A lot of great things going for it. And Italy, reluctant to part with it, of course, but to pay off its public debt and appease the European Union's budgeting guidelines, Italy has been forced to auction this island off. What's the catch? Poveglia, also known as one of the most haunted places on Earth. The Huffington Post called it like hell. but in Italy. So what's going on at Poveglia? Well, let's see. It starts back in the 1400s. Travelers coming through Venice would be quarantined there if they had any kind of disease or, they looked a little funky coming in. You don't want to just march them into the town square in times when there was plague and disease running rampant. So anybody they were a little unsure about, they would take and they'd send them to a quarantine island. There's actually a few of them close to Venice. Poveglia was one of 3. So people would go there, they'd get a room, they'd hang out for a couple weeks. Once they looked good and the phlegm started, stopped oozing out of their eyeballs and from their face and everything, then they'd send them on into Venice. Okay, you look good now, wipe it off and send it in. So that's all good. Unfortunately, then the plague hit Venice, and the 17-acre island became a dumping ground for Europeans either dying of the plague or already dead of the plague. Some accounts say up to 50,000 people were shuttled over to Poveglia, buried in mass graves. As rumor has it, ghosts of the plague still haunt the island. Now, if you have an island that's been a quarantine and it's been a place for, plague victims, what do you do next? You build an insane asylum there. Of course. What else in this blessed land? Yeah, they built an insane asylum. It started sending a lot of the destitute there as well, and eventually started sending elderly folks there who were indigent. Basically, the homeless old people would get shuttled over to Plague Island, stuffed into this mental institution. Now, of course, from there, the story gets even darker. There are rumors of botched lobotomies, crazy experiments, weird things happening on Poveglia. Eventually, the head doctor there, legend has it, threw himself off of the bell tower. Actually killed himself there. His ghost, no doubt, still haunting the island. There's a local saying in Venice, when an evil man dies, he wakes up in Poveglia. There are rumors the soil is 50% human ash. It just makes it more fertile. I mean, come on, you could grow some amazing grapes there. And olives and things. Oh, just think of the possibilities for a vineyard. Human wine, great with vampires. Speaking of vampires, they thought they actually found a vampire. Not on Poveglia. The mass graves of Poveglia yet to be explored. They don't really want to get into that yet. But on a neighboring island, Lazaretto Vecchio, they planned to build a new museum. Found a huge mass grave of plague victims, more than 1,500 plague victims. And as archaeologists went through it, they discovered something bizarre. A skull with a rock in its mouth. Apparently, this phenomenon was known as shroud eaters. Back during the plague, they would sometimes reopen a mass grave, look inside, and find like a bloated body with blood dripping out of its mouth in the shroud, a hole in the shroud where its mouth would be. Of course, what do you think back then? That's a freaking vampire. The thing is eating the other corpses, and it's got blood, and it's disgusting. What can you do? Nothing except put a rock in its mouth. That'll stop the vampires. No silver bullets back then, you know what I mean? So you have to be careful. Otherwise, the buildings are all decaying. The boundaries between indoors and outdoors on Poveglia no longer matter. And if you visit, chances are you will go insane. Travel writers have gone to it. Even though travel books say you cannot get there, it is possible. If you have enough money, you can pay someone to take you there. But you may lose your mind. You may never return. That's Poveglia, and it's for sale now. My recommendation is buy. Buy this sucker now, because you can get it at fire sale price right now. What else does it have? Former monastery. It's got a lot of things, a lot of great things there. So we'll see what Poveglia goes for. I'm thinking Kickstarter campaign. We start a little Kickstarter thing. We go by Poveglia. Let's move all Western New York radio to Poveglia. We'll become allpovegliaradio.com. Are you with me on this, people? I think so. This is a brilliant idea. Land of vampires, corpses, plague victims. No problem. No problem for me. Still in Italy, it's still a fantastic place. All right, that's Poveglia. We've got a lot to get to today, a lot more local music. We heard new stuff from Dirty Smile. That was fantastic. We're going to hear a new tune right now from a band from Niagara Falls called Host Echo. Host Echo's been around for a little while, making some good tunes up there, and they've got a new tune called Handgun. We're going to check it out right now. It's 10:26 here at All Western New York Radio, Buffalo, New York. All local, all original music. Dig it!
Never compose a bed of the sky. Never all through the eyes. However, the worlds continue to we several were forced to free our minds. Awakening pose and witness the light. The world we compose that gives us the sky.
This is Greg, the live audio engineer from the Evening Star Concert Hall, mixing the best original bands that Western New York has to offer. You're listening to WNYRadio.com.
Here at allwesternnewyorkradio.com, we're wondering what you're thinking. Have a band you want to hear? A concert you want to tell us about? A great new bar or restaurant? We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call anytime at 716-402-4218. Or send us an email at contact@allwesternnewyorkradio.com. We're also on Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and of course, find us on YouTube to see some great local artists doing their thing. All Western New York Radio. Support your scene.
Support your scene, indeed. Welcome back, Noah in the morning, right here with you. Thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. It is 10:30, and we're here on allwesternnewyorkradio.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, this weekend coming up, the big Easter holiday. Easter's one of those, it's a weird holiday. not really sure. It's sort of fallen by the wayside. I mean, you've got the Easter bunny and everything. That's great. You could wear the bunny suit. If you're a furry, if you're into that kind of thing, that would work. There's a lot of chocolate going on. There's chocolate bunnies. There's different things. They're all fantastic, but sort of I don't know. It's a weird holiday. I'm not really sure how to celebrate it anymore. I'm one of those. I'm not a Christian by any stretch, but will sometimes celebrate the Christian holidays that are fun. Christmas, come on, everybody does Christmas, right? You have to celebrate Christmas. All right. But Easter, I'm not sure what to do with Easter. And it's on 420 this year, so if anything, go with the 420 buddy at the Psychedelic Dragon show. All right, Host Echo, before the break there we heard. Turns out Host Echo actually appeared on the Thomas Loop show here on All Western New York Radio just about a year ago. You can go back and find the podcast for that at allwesternnewyorkradio.com. Check out their interview with Tommy Loop. Now, we're going to talk to Tommy Loop in just a little bit, but before that, let's talk more about Easter, and more importantly, Dyngus Day. Dyngus Day, for the uninitiated, is a huge holiday here in Buffalo. It's the day after Easter. It's the celebration of the end of Lent, I imagine. A Polish holiday. And it's kind of hard to explain because it's one of those things that, if you explain it, what actually happens, it doesn't really make sense. You may be left at a loss. There's a lot of squirt guns involved, okay, number one. There's a lot of water squirting. Yeah, the boys squirt the girls, and the girls squirt the boys, and then they spank them with the pussy willows. You see? You get out the pussy willows and you spank them. Stay with me here. This is a real thing. Sometimes, in the distant past, boys would sneak into girls' homes at daybreak on Easter Monday and throw containers of water over them while they were still in bed. Ice-cold water. Well, Dyngus Day here in Buffalo is very popular. It's celebrated throughout all the different Polish clubs and the Legion and all that kind of fun things. I mean, you could really Dyngus Day hop this year. That's what I would recommend. Go for a beer at each place. You'll hear some great music. There's a lot of polka going on. A lot of polka involved with Dyngus Day. And so anytime I think about Dyngus Day and I think about polka, I think about Those Idiots. Those Idiots, a local band here in Buffalo, always out there playing the polka on Dyngus Day. Now they do an interesting thing. They take some well-known songs, rock and roll all night, party every day, but they turn it into rock and roll all night and polka every day. See, they like the polka. That's the thing. There's a hey ya polka. There's a fight for your right to polka. We're not going to take it polka. There's an I walk the line polka. Those Idiots. I don't know if they ever play when it's not Dyngus Day, but they always play Dyngus Day. That much I know. This I know. They're going to be at Pussy Willow Park on Memorial Drive to celebrate Dyngus Day this year, and can't wait for that. That should be a great, great show. Dyngus Day. Those Idiots. I figured as long as we're gearing up and we're going to do some Dyngus Day celebration here at All Western New York Radio, let's hear some Those Idiots. How about the I Walk the Line polka? Here we go. Where is it? Oh, I should have never talked about Poveglia. Because now the spirits and demons have possessed everything here. Okay, hold on. No, Poveglia. We're going to have to do some kind of an Easter chant or something to get rid of the Poveglia curse that's now settled in over the station. Oh, man, this is bad. Everybody deep breathing. Deep breathing. No Poveglia. No Poveglia. Should have never said it. Never make light of Poveglia. If there's anything I've learned, it's not to make light of Poveglia. Now we know. All right, Those Idiots. Going to be coming up at some point here, I think. I think we can make this happen, can we? Maybe we can't. I'm sorry, Poveglia. I'm sorry, plague victims. What do I have to do? What can I do to bring you back? Put me on the good side of this. It's not good. This can't be good. All right, let's see here. Not sure here, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? The ghosts have just taken over everything. Why? I just want to celebrate Dyngus Day without ghosts for once invading the studio, possessing my brain, eating out the worm in there of Andre Johnson cutting his dick off. I'm at a loss. I apologize, Poveglia. Please leave us be. Let us continue on our glorious ways. All right. Why don't we go ahead and see if we can get the Tommy Loop on the phone? No, that doesn't seem to want to work either. Okay. What are we going to do here? Wait for it. Okay, there it is. At this point, I'm just pulling out wires and ripping things out at random places. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there's not going to be any more. There's not going to be any. We're not having any polka. Never mind. The polka broke everything. Everyone is now dead. The world has come to an end. It's time for Noah to go into emergency Noah shutdown mode. What I'm advocating right now is that we all enter our panic rooms and probably, keep yourself armed at this point. Stay above water and stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Drink as much water as you can. If you have any recently buried pets, at this point I would put a rock into their mouth and try to retain some semblance of a non-vampire world. That's the only way. What else can we do? I'm not sure. The only other thing that we could do at this point is set fire to Poveglia. Oh, shh, that's just between you and me. We're going to burn down Poveglia. That is our only option. We've run out of recourse. Let's see. What else can we do? I have a feeling that if we all come together on this, we all go into our panic rooms, we can solve the crisis of Poveglia right now. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. When you come out of the panic room, you're going to be very frightened because the world has changed. Everything is very different now. And I'm sorry to say that things will never be the same again here at All Western New York Radio. Tommy Loop, coming on the line. Tommy, are you there? Tommy is not there. The ghosts of Poveglia have destroyed everything. Let's see here. Tommy, hang tight there if you can hear me, my friend. We're going to figure this out one way or another. We're going to exorcise these demons. I'm working on it right now. We're going to find an ancient spell book online, and we're going to try to exorcise the demons because we need to play more music. Ancient spell to exorcise a demon. Yeah, this is the kind of thing that Google's really good at. If you need an ancient spell. Okay, let's see. Exorcism spell. Here we go. This is a Wiccan spell we're going to pull up right now. We'll try Wiccan. We'll try anything that seems like it'll work. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see here. Regna terre cantata Dio. Salait carnonos. Regna terre cantata dia salait aradia seldus. Dus tere humilitar magic. This thing goes on and on and on. Holy crap. Can we speak to the Benedictus Dia Matre Gloria? Okay. I'm feeling good about it. I think it might have worked. No, it didn't work. Let's try something else. There's got to be another spell on here that we can do. Ancient Exorcism. There's got to be a specific spell that we can do here for Poveglia. It's not a good sign when you're looking for an exorcist spell that you find a picture of the ring from the Lord of the Rings. I don't feel like they're taking this seriously enough. This has nothing to do with Sauron and the battle for Middle-earth, people. This is about the battle for the all-Western New York radio studio that is currently being inundated with demon spirits. All right, let's see. Tommy Loop, somehow I'm going to bring you on here, my friend. There has to be a way. All right. Try something right now. And Tommy Loop, are you there? Nothing. Nothing from the loop. Okay. It's hard to try to exercise the station and keep the show running at the same time. This is challenging. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? Nothing. We can't do anything, apparently. I have had my dick cut off by the ghosts of Poveglia. This is it. All this dick cutting and haunting and the stomping of the 25-year anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster and Chris Johnson, all of it has come together to destroy us today. Tommy Loop, bear with me, my friend. I will find a way to make you come to life somehow. Not 100% sure how yet, but we're working on it. Let's see. In the meanwhile, we will continue to search the heavens and the seas, the golden streets of Venice, the psychedelic dragons, brownies. Let's see what we got here. And still nothing. Still no polka. Wait, it all started with this polka, folks. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you to go to Dyngus Day. Clearly, if you go to Dyngus Day, you might die. That's the worry right now. I feel like the ghosts are after us. We're in serious trouble here at All Western New York Radio. If you're not already in your panic room, get into your panic room immediately. Yes. We are all going to have to hide. That's my plan right now. I'm going into hiding. This can't be. Tommy Loop. Tommy Loop, are you there? Anything? No. Tommy. Can't get him. Here's what we're going to do. Bear with me, Tommy. I'm going to call you via another method. Give me 5 seconds of dead air to figure this out. All right, it is done. I'm here. We're going to make this happen. I think we've got another method. We're going old school right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go old school. And let's see. And we're going to call Tommy. Tommy, I'm going to hang up on you on the Skype, my friend. The Skype is dead to me now. But I'm going to talk to you via an old school contraption right here. Okay, here we go. This is called Noah Talks to Tommy on the speakerphone. Tommy, are you there, my friend? All right, let's see if we can get Tommy on the speakerphone. Tommy!
Yes.
All right, Tommy Loop now joining us via this convoluted way. Can you hear me, sir?
I sure can.
Can I hear you on the Skype? That's the question.
Couldn't tell you.
It seems like it. Where's the damn speaker on this thing? Okay, try it now.
Hello.
Hello. Keep talking, Tommy. Keep talking. I'm trying to find the sweet spot here.
All right.
Oh, there you are.
Here I am.
Tommy, I apologize for all the difficulties that we've had, but we've just been subjected to a ghost attack here on the show. And the ghosts they've basically taken over everything, and they've prevented me from being able to talk to you until just this moment via this old method. So thank you for joining me, sir.
You have defeated the ghost.
I have not defeated him. That's not true. This is just a workaround. The ghosts are currently winning. It's Ghost 17, Noah 0 right now. I'm being shut out. Tommy, well, I've got you. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this Chris Johnson deal, going to the New York Jets.
Yes.
And again, the New York Jets signed a retread running back who seems like he has nothing left in the tank, but you know he's going to rack up about 1,000 yards in 2 games against the Buffalo Bills. Am I right?
I don't know. He's still relatively young. I think.
Only 28?
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of miles left. I think what he's went through, a new coaching change, 2 quarterbacks. You know, what was his role in the offense? What was the team wanting to do with him in the offense? I think you're going to see him maybe have 50 to 100 carries less per season and yet produce more. I think it's a great pickup. What he does against the Bills, let's just hope that doesn't happen.
It will happen. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a great signing for the Jets. It's proven that, Rex Ryan has done it with LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, I was just going to say, LaDainian Tomlinson, the prime example there of one running back that they brought back who everybody thought was done, and they got a couple productive years out of him.
Yep. I think they'll use Johnson the right way. It'll certainly help Geno Smith or whoever they put at the quarterback this season to extend plays more, because it'll give them another option, because Johnson still probably has upper 4.3 speed in the 40s, so
absolutely.
I wonder, that'll give Johnson a little bit more time to work with outside the pocket if the play breaks down and just dump it off to him. He'll certainly extend plays for you. He'll be more of an all-purpose back than he's ever been. You're probably going to see a lot more team role from Chris Johnson rather than CJ2K.
Right.
Because, he's already cashed in. He's already made his money. Now the guy pretty much wants to win, I'm assuming. So, all that will factor in this season. And he'll certainly make his teammates look a lot better on the offensive side of the football.
Right. Which is what they're going for. It's only a 2-year deal, $8 million. Yeah. So good bank for Chris Johnson and a chance for the Jets to kind of bring him back and get some stuff out of him.
That's true.
I hate it as a Bills fan. That's all. It's painful as a Bills fan to have to endure this. It is a good signing, I agree, and I think they will use him the right way, and they'll get some more out of him. I don't think Chris Johnson is done. I'm with you on this. He does have a lot of wear, on the tires, but he's got some left. And if anybody can get it out of him, Rex will for these next couple of years.
He's a good, positive manipulator as a coach.
That's right.
Positive manipulator. He has some coaches that would try to get a lift out of him, and a team member in a different fashion. Rex seems to be doing it, differently.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to get out positive results, a different way of trying to get the best out of his players. They seem to like to play for the guy.
Yeah, and you have to think that has something to do with him still hanging on there, even though they haven't had an incredible amount of success.
Since the 2 AFC championship games.
Right. And quarterback's still a huge problem there, but, the best way to try to shore up the running game and the defense.
Yep.
Make it as easy as possible on those young quarterbacks.
I think if they get him in movement before the play, referring to Chris Johnson, going to see some big things out of two facets of that offense, which is the short game and the run game. And if he is get him in motion, pitch the ball, run a lot of stretch plays, because all he needs is a quick seam, and the guy's 20 yards downfield instantly.
Right.
But I'm very sure, and I think Morningwig's now is the coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. He likes to stretch the play out a little bit. He likes to get movement in that offensive line. He likes to throw the ball downfield. He likes to extend plays. So it seems to be, the more I talk about it, the more it seems like it's a right fit for Chris Johnson and the right fit for the Jets.
Right.
To have a player like him.
Also, recently, just a few days ago, was the 25th anniversary of the Hillsborough disaster.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You're familiar with this?
Yeah. I remember, what a huge world news story it was. It seemed that, I have yet to see, and to refresh my memory, I have yet to see the documentary, the 30 for 30 that's out at Steve Yard. I'll see it when I get back home tomorrow. But what I do remember was something unnecessary happened, and then it just escalated and didn't stop.
Right. Basically, it's April 15th, 1989, the Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, England. And during the FA Cup semi-final match between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, a human crush, they call it, resulted in the deaths of 96 people and injuries to 766 others. And since the incident's basically been blamed primarily on the police for letting too many people enter the stadium all at once, and still remains one of the worst stadium-related disasters in British history, one of the worst soccer disasters ever, besides soccer being invented.
And one of the worst stereotypical tags ever. The term soccer hooligans.
Right.
From an error of authority, because, large is better when it comes to crowds for any sporting event. So, like I said, I'm looking, I wouldn't say looking forward to watching a documentary. I want to sit down and watch it because I want to recall what it was like when I was 14, 15 years old. I do vividly remember it being a major world news story, as I said before. And I remember it was something as unnecessary as what you just said.
Right.
Fresh on it. So.
Yeah, I mean, essentially a huge amount of people trying to get into the stadium at the same time, which they had figured out, the safe way to kind of ease people in by having them segregated out to different areas, having certain tunnels kind of manned by police to kind of keep people orderly, keep people flowing through, but not letting too many in. And they basically just opened up all the gates and said, go for it. And all these people went crazy and started running in and just trampled other people. Absolutely horrific event. According to the Taylor Report, which was the official inquiry into the disaster in 1990, the conclusion was that the main reason for the disaster was the failure of police control.
Yeah, just amazing. Amazing.
After which they eliminated standing terraces at all the major soccer stadiums in England and the UK to prevent this from happening. 25 years ago.
Yeah, just, you know, unbelievable. And then all the false pretenses that followed, like I said before, you know, the soccer hooligans, the soccer riot. This was not a soccer riot. This was, let me just said, a crush.
Right.
Yeah. You know, and I would like to say a joke, but I will refrain from it because 96 people died from it.
Yeah, absolutely tragic.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, and there's still, I know that there are taglines and expressions saying justice for 96, you know, those who were ultimately perished in that. Well, it is a tragedy. This is Hillsborough soccer debacle and a riot. You know, just, and this was before cable news, right at the beginning of cable news, started to become mainstream.
Yeah, which was sort of around the Gulf War too, right? Right around that time when it started, when CNN really blew up and.
Right. Yeah, it was about 18, 19 months before that war. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was just starting to begin. Wow.
Back in the glory days of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, all I could say is wow. Yeah, right. 89, the Pickering Bills.
Yeah. Every great event in Buffalo Bills history lines up with some kind of horrible tragedy.
Yeah, unbelievable. Non-boom.
Well, Tommy Loop, do you know any spells or any incantations that we could use to try to exorcise the demons from the show today?
My advice to you is find loopholes. I'll hyphenate that. You like that?
Find loopholes.
Loop in quotes.
Fantastic.
Guys, you have a great day, and definitely be talking to you guys soon.
All right, Tommy. Thanks a lot, buddy. Good to talk to you.
All right, bye.
All right, take care. Bye. Tommy Loop. Thank you, as always, for joining us here. Always good to talk to Tommy. No incantations for us, though, so we're gonna have to work on this. Let's see. All right. Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg? Nope. I don't get it. That's a weird story, right? Donnie Wahlberg. That is an ugly man. What band was he in? The Backstreet Boys? No. It was the New Kids. The New Kids. Jenny McCarthy marrying one of the New Kids, Donnie Wahlberg. I don't get it. Jim Carrey for all that time, and now it's Donnie Wahlberg. It seems like she's going downhill. It's only a matter of time. She'll be married to Hugh Hefner in 4 years. That's my prediction right now. 4 years. Okay. And being that the ghosts have taken over the studio, it is time for us to escape the clutches of the Poveglia curse that is now set upon us. I would love nothing more, ladies and gentlemen, than right now to end this show with the Noah in the Morning theme song, but I cannot. The ghosts of Poveglia have strangled the voice of this machine from being able to do anything. All I can do now is sit here and talk to you. So I guess in order to end the show, I'm going to have to sing the Noah in the Morning theme. It's like boom 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 Noah in the morning. Noah in the morning. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a call anytime at all. WesternNewYorkRadio.com 716-402-4218. That's our phone number. And otherwise, we'll see you next week I'll be back with lots more local music, and hopefully by then, the demons of Poveglia will have left us. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, good luck.